Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here, back with another SWTOR Republic video. Today I have for you guys another SWTOR Republic discussion video. In today's video, we're just going to be going over the developer interviews. So, as you know, SWTOR Central and Volk are two Star Wars The Old Republic YouTubers and content creators. And they both quite recently just interviewed Eric Musco and Charles Boyd just on different things coming out in Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, a lot of stuff has been covered and all the information has been said, but I just kind of want to give my opinions and thoughts on it and just mention just a few certain things that I feel like are pretty important that could come out of, just these interviews and just content that's going to be in the game at a later date. So I hope you guys enjoyed this SWTOR Republic discussion video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want some gaming mints, then check the link in the description down below. Catalyst gaming mints. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the discussion. Alrighty guys, let's get into this video right now. So for the first part of this video and discussion, I'm just going to do a very quick rundown of some of the things that have been mentioned that are pretty noteworthy. So they mentioned that there's going to be a new Rishi stronghold. They just quickly went over the Anathema Flashpoint. They talked about just the different PvP events coming and just working on war zones and all that different stuff with a new arena coming as well. They just talked about just patch 5.9 and all that different stuff, just some general issues with the game, campaigns coming back, essentially just all the stuff that we do want to hear in the game. Like I said, a very quick rundown, not even going over like a majority of stuff, but I will have a link in the description down below to both of the interviews. But they both have different stuff mentioned and stuff discussed, so I definitely recommend checking both of them out. But the one thing that I can take away from these interviews is I feel like they were good in the sense that they allowed us to get more information about the game and just figure out what's going to be happening in the future. These always are very useful just for the players just alike, just trying to learn more about the game and just seeing what's going to happen just eventually. Now, to be fair, a lot of these things they aren't vague. I mean, they do give us a good idea of some of the stuff that is going to be released and coming out. It's just kind of like a matter of just like what's going to happen, how is how our plans going to change, because honestly, just in general with things being developed in just games, typically stuff does eventually change at the very end, or stuff is just moved around or whatnot. So you kind of have to just consider, some stuff might be different. We don't know if something gets delayed or just all that different stuff. So you do always have to keep that in mind. Now, obviously, we aren't going to be seeing like a huge discussion of 6.0. More or less, we know that that is definitely coming, especially from these interviews. And just in general, we know that a new expansion is highly likely for the game. Just a big little patch to include a lot of different things. So obviously, we don't have anything talking about new operations or just all that different stuff. We do have a confirmation of a flashpoint, which is pretty cool just there, but obviously we don't have like the really big details of just something huge coming. But we do have some good quality things that are just going to be mentioned and stuff being added. So that is very cool. Now there's one thing that I know a lot of people have mentioned, and to be fair, it is just good, but at the same time it can be kind of shot down. Is people were just saying that they felt that at least SWTOR Central and Volk could ask more like hard-hitting questions just on just different issues of the game just in general. But the issue is, I feel like with this especially, the main issue is that the developers, at least Eric Musco and Charles Boyd, I don't think they're going to actually answer them. I feel like they technically can't answer some of the hard-hitting questions, which is why sometimes people don't really ask them. So I mean, let's be honest, you could just continue to pressure them to just give an answer on something, but as we know, they aren't going to really say anything about it. They aren't going to really just let loose and just explain everything. Because I know that I feel like people just wanted that. They just wanted to see the developers to just kind of like get asked those really hard questions and try and not to sugarcoat it or kind of gloss over it. but then again, they can't really talk about everything, and also at the same time, they can't really make confirmations of things that they don't actually know or they don't actually have, which is a little inconvenient, but at the same time, I feel like it is just something we kind of have to deal with. And in general, that is one thing that typically happens, I feel like, in my opinion, with the gaming industry. If you do interview devs and just different people, you can't always get a straight answer, because I feel like they have some things they aren't technically allowed to say, but at the same time, they just don't want things being leaked, or new things just being kind of like hinted at that really shouldn't be. And just to state, I'm not attacking Volk or SWTOR Central. I just know that they really couldn't be in the position to really just go right into it. Because like I said, there is, essentially we know that they aren't going to just continue talking about it, and they aren't going to really give us a direct answer. So they did work with what they had. And honestly, I feel like just with what we got, we did get to hear a bunch of different things just relating to the game in general, and just all the stuff that's going to be added, and just the unique content that will likely end up being released. And I think something that also is good about these is it does make us very, at least me, just I say very hopeful with just some of the content that's going to be added to the game. Because let's be honest, I think it's very, very good that they are agreeing to these interviews with the content creators. I think it just shows that hey, they're willing to kind of speak and talk more about stuff that isn't just like mainly talked on the official forums and all that different stuff. People can see this content from these creators, and just kind of learn more about stuff happening with the game. So I feel like, as always with these, it does really connect the community together. This allows us to see, there's going to be just a connection between developer and player, just in a sense that they really are trying to work on that, and really trying to understand, how they can really just please the players of the game. And I think that is always very good to have. Because let's be honest, players want to be connected to the people that are really just kind of like making the game and just changing it all up. Because people want to have a really fun, enjoyable game that they can enjoy in the different aspects available, versus just having absolutely nothing, or just some stuff going in a different direction. But yeah, overall, just my main conclusion from these two interviews is, I think with what we have, the interviews were just very good. They just allowed us to see new content that will be released. We just get to hear about some of the unique stuff, which is going to be just added to the game, just all that cool stuff. I think it is pretty important to just like take into consideration and look at these interviews, because it just allows us to see kind of how they are working just at BioWare on this game, and just learning about the stuff that's going to be added. I just think, once again, just kind of like to restate, is that with what we currently have, and obviously the development just crew on this game is obviously very low right now, but I think with what we have, it was good for what it was, and it just allows us to get more hyped and get better prepared for the later content. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Star Wars: The Old Republic discussion video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.